DESIblitz.com.
Side by side behind there, trying to dive up the inside. Tom Randall, there's contact between him and Enaam Ahmed, who's off the road, and Ahmed digs in and goes over.
My name's Enaam Ahmed and you're watching me on DESIblitz.com.
First of all, congratulations. I want to congratulate you for making history. You're the youngest ever person to win British F3 Championship. So, sort of, what has that been like for you?
Well, yeah, to be the youngest person to win British F3 is pretty amazing. It was a really good season for me last year. I was with the best team, and we won a good amount of races as well. British F3 is one of the best things to win. It's had a lot of prestigious winners in the past. So yeah, I'm really happy to be here.
And what's the support been like, particularly from the British-Asian community?
I never really approached it that much. I mean, I've always had a big support in the UK anyway. Obviously my parents are British-Asian and I'm British-Asian as well, so I've always had some kind of support. I went to the Pakistani embassy in London. That was quite cool. I met the ambassador, he invited me down, and yeah, so I've had some good support, yeah.
Do you think your introduction into motorsports will inspire other British-Asian young hopefuls into this?
I think hopefully it will inspire most of them to do any kind of sport really. Motorsport's quite a hard one to get into and to do it well, just like any sport is, I suppose. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think a lot more are going to sport nowadays, definitely in the future, so yeah, let's see how it goes.
And what has the support been like from your parents?
Well, my parents have been supporting me since I was little. My mum never wanted me to do racing because she was always scared of it, and my dad was okay with it. And I started off in go-karting when I was 8 years old, and when I was 12 I won the British Championship, and then I got sponsored from there, and then I became World and European karting champion when I was 14, and then obviously British F3 champion now I'm 17. So yeah, they've been supporting me the whole way, both my mum and dad. Well, my mum now comes to races more because she's less scared of it, but yeah, it's been good.
For you, what has been your best race so far in your career?
Probably, I did a race in karting, which when I was 13 years old, I was the youngest one on the grid at the time. All the best drivers, they were a year, 2 years older than me, like Lando Norris and people like that. It was my first race ever in the World Championship in karting. I came from the UK. And so Tictum, Lando, Lorandi, a lot of people that are racing in higher categories, it was the first time I raced them. They were like 14, 15 at the time. And then I put it on pole in my first ever attempt in the World Championship. I nearly won the World Championship at 13 in karting, but I just missed out because I was less experienced, and people like Lando and stuff ended up overtaking me in the race. But yeah, so that was probably one of the best things I've ever done. And also I had a really good fight with some of the top names in racing now at that young age, so yeah, it was a good race.
Is there anyone currently in F1 or anything, F3, or someone that you sort of look up to or think?
I think probably the main one, because as I'm British, probably Lewis Hamilton. I think he's probably the coolest guy out there, and he's the best driver out there at the moment. He's probably the one guy that is kind of setting the benchmark at the moment for everything. But also people like Max Verstappen, because he's young like me, and he's putting a path for young drivers like myself to show how good young drivers can be, and if they give them the chance, that anything's possible.
And also, you've been tipped actually to be the next Lewis Hamilton. What do you make of that?
Well, there's been like 100 kids that I've met that have been tipped to be the next Lewis Hamilton, so it's probably not something that I think about. I just do my own thing. I just do the best I can, whatever I do, and I just push the car as hard as I can, hope it sticks, and see what happens.
What do you think needs to happen in order for more British Asians like yourself to sort of join things like F3?
I really don't know what they can do. I suppose I just started by accident, and then I didn't know anything about racing, and then I am where I am now. So I'm now just go with the flow, really. That's all I did. I just went with wherever I went, and then I ended up here. So and I started off in a tiny track in the middle of nowhere in England. So anything's possible. Clearly, it was just me and my dad in the back of a trailer. So.
What advice would you give to young people, young British Asian drivers who wanted to sort of do things that you're doing?
That's a good question, actually. Probably just, when I started with racing, I just enjoyed it, and then it took me where it took me. So whatever you do, you just got to, you don't got to enjoy it, you have to enjoy it, really. Because whenever you can take things too seriously, especially at a young age, you end up not doing well So I always just go with the flow, enjoy it, see what happens, have fun. You know, I'm still young, aren't I?
So what do you enjoy the most?
Well, I don't know, racing, I just like driving a car on the edge. It's the only thing that gets me excited in life these days. It's the only thing that gets me, gets my adrenaline going. And you know, I was never really a sporty person when I was young, so it's the only thing that gets me to train because I like what I do. And yeah, racing all these guys, you know, I've always, since a young age, since karting, you know, I've always wanted to beat other people in whatever I do. And you know, I just like driving race cars, really. It's as simple as that, really.